Something I can never get tired of is talking about some of the coolest stories in tech history, and recently I got my hands on what I consider to be one of the most rare, probably exclusive phones of all time, and that is the drop-dead gorgeous limited edition Ocean Depths Essential phone. I thought this would be worth showing you guys because the Essential phone in general had so many problems in its lifetime, from abysmal sales numbers, poor reception to the tech community, and even its CEO being trashed with sexual misconduct allegations. It's no wonder so few of these limited edition phones exist today, let alone just being able to simply find footage of this beauty anywhere on the internet. So, as a little appreciation video, I wanted to share some of the interesting facts about the Ocean Depths Essential phone, talk a little bit about its history, and of course, give you some clean, crystal clear shots so you can see it in all its glory, in hopes we can keep its story alive. In terms of the design of the Essential phone, our story starts with a young design intern by the name of Zhang, who started their career in product development all the way in 2010 as a design intern for, strangely enough, the Little Tikes toy company of all places. Within a year, she would join Motorola as a design intern, and then would leave for a small company called Nanda Home to design product concepts and participate in emerging technology research. From there, she would go back to Motorola, and that would be her home for 4 years between 2011 and 2015. During that time, she would graduate college and was promoted from junior to senior designer, where she would, on paper, help with the launch of the 2015 Moto G. I know this is a lot, but I bring it up because little did she know that all of this experience would give her the confidence and the preparation to be able to work on a project she can truly call her own. And that would happen in 2015. At that time, she would leave Motorola to join Essential with Andy Rubin, where she would be assigned the role of senior industrial designer with the task of creating the Essential phone we all know and hopefully love today. Basically, she was as important to the design development of Essential as the great Johnny Ive was for Apple. And for one of her first major projects, I'd say she did an awesome job, and apparently Google thought so as well, because after the massive falling out of Essential, she landed a job as Google's industrial design manager, where she's still working to this day, according to LinkedIn. And again, I know this was a lot, but the context matters because I want to highlight that the Essential phone was clearly designed by an industry veteran. And in an interview article from 2017 by Business Insider and Zhang, we get a detailed look at how the Ocean Depths Essential phone came to be. According to Linda, using the ceramic backplate in 2017 at least had its own insane challenges. At the time, very few manufacturers were willing to work on custom colors for ceramic phones due to the difficulty to get it right. Linda explains in her 2017 interview that the process of working with ceramic works a lot like pottery. You have to glaze the material and bake it at the right temperature. Also, pressure of the cooking chamber and time to cook play a factor into the end result as well. She even explains that there were some other factors involved to get the color right, like weather patterns and atmospheric pressure. I'm not even going to pretend for 1 second that I'm smart enough or have the know-how to know exactly how intense this process was, but it sounds pretty insane. Eventually, after many companies have turned Essential away for their custom ceramic plans, a plant in Japan agreed to work on the Ocean Depths color, where it would forego up to 40 different iterations with 1 sample made per day until head designer Linda was satisfied. The end result here is this gorgeous phone. In my opinion, one of the best looking devices of all time, probably. This design features a reflective, glossy copper frame, matte black edges, and the star of the show, which is this bluish, greenish, teal ceramic backplate, which is pretty difficult to show on camera correctly, by the way. I find that natural light and shadows bring out different shades of the Ocean Depth color, so a lot of this I had to film outdoors or in tricky situations to correctly relay the color on camera. One of my favorite aspects of this design, though, was the intention to make the Ocean Depth color in the name of challenging traditional phone design, and to change how we think about the third color option for phones. In that same 2017 interview, Linda talks about how most companies in the industry go for pink as their third color option. She says it's a safe and an easy way out, which we can see with many manufacturers at the time following Apple's lead with the rose gold color options. From the language we see here, I feel like it's safe to speculate that maybe the Essential Phone 2 would have featured the Ocean Depths version as its third official color. Unfortunately, we would never know, as the company shut down in 2020 and their remains were sold to Nothing Technologies in 2021. Nothing Technologies might seem familiar. They created the Nothing Phone, which is a mid-ranged, beautiful phone that I can't wait to get my hands on at least. I tried doing some research on why Nothing Technologies would want to buy Essential, but I couldn't find much about it. For me, the way that I interpret it, the same way that Google bought Motorola for their patents and their research, I can't imagine that buying Essential wouldn't have been beneficial for that same reason. So hopefully we see some beautiful Essential DNA in Nothing Technologies' future products, but we'll see. At the end of the day, this design deserves to be appreciated without a doubt. To me, it's a really unfortunate blow to the tech world that risks like this weren't rewarded as much as they should be, because if so, the smartphone world might look very different than it does today, but that's why this video exists. I really wanted to make a video appreciating the journey that this rare phone has been on. Since the Essential Phone, we've seen very few attempts to shake up the smartphone market, and we should look back on one of the greatest experiments in tech history. These days, this phone is more of a collector's phone than something you would use for practical use, but I heard members of the Essential subreddit somehow found out how to get a stable version of Android 12 working on this, and some are even working on Android 13, so for Essential enthusiasts, this phone is still working. It's still getting new updates, just not officially through Essential, so hopefully they'll be able to keep updating it forever and that this phone will never die, and of course, long live the Essential Phone. And this pretty much concludes the story of the Ocean Depths Essential Phone. If this video does well, I'm also working on a documentary style video where we talk about Andy Rubin and Essential and all the crazy stuff that happened during that time. So if it sounds interesting, you can subscribe. It's free. And of course, if this kind of stuff interests you, you'll want to stick around to be the first to know about this kind of stuff. So with all that said, guys, I'm getting out of here. I hope this video helped, or at least just was a fun story to hear about. But yes, I'm getting out of here. This has been Jordan in the Know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.